I'm with Steve right now, and Steve was on Wake Up Montana earlier this morning, and you were in to talk to us early in the morning because you were up late last night. What was going on?
I was up late. I was up with City Council. We had We had a great evening together, a lot of good discussion about the One Big Sky District planning process that we're launching now after City Council's decision. And so it was an exciting time. There's still a lot of decision making to happen over the next month, but we hope to launch that planning process in May, and it'll involve the whole community.
And you were saying you also wanted to try and do this little thing, whether it's kind of a bucket list thing for you?
I've always had this desire from a little kid when my dad was teaching me what the clouds were and that sort of thing, that hey, why don't I try the weather sometime? And
now's your chance.
So I guess I get to try the weather.
You do. So this is the infamous weather remote. That little arrow right there, that's the button.
Oh my gosh, this is the powerful thing.
Oh, it is very tool. The power of the weather right now.
Does this turn on and off the weather? Like, can you make it snow if you do this?
Oh, I wish, but I've always asked for that, but the owners of the company say we don't have that kind of money to order that
Always
button.
On a strict budget in broadcasting, right? Yeah.
But this is today's weather map, and I was mentioning earlier on the air that some rain and snow is going to be moving into the area, but over by your right shoulder on the eastern side of the state, it's different.
Yeah, we're going to have warmer weather today here.
Warmer weather.
60 degrees is what that forecast is for Billings today, and then the rest of eastern Montana will have warmer temperatures as well. But you told me earlier things might be changing, right?
Absolutely. Try that button there. See,
all right.
See if it works. Oh, isn't that cool?
Yeah,
that's
really
a powerful
cool.
feeling there
yeah,
with that?
That is. Look what I did.
So basically, you see, is we've got a little more rain and snow moving into the area. Over my shoulder, the big low pressure system up there, that thing is going to be kicking up a little bit of a ruckus. It's a strong cold front, so we're going to see the wind picking up, rain and snow out of that. And as it makes its way across Montana over the next few days, it's going to probably do mostly rain this time.
Mostly rain. So do you think there's a chance we can break the snowfall record? Are we within tenths, right?
As we get into Friday, possibly, because as this low makes its way across the state, again, by your shoulder there, southeastern Montana, when that low makes its way over Nebraska, we're going to see the possibility of a little bit of heavy snow in the southeast.
Okay.
Possibly breaking that record you're talking about.
Oh, I'm excited about that. You know, we, in an economic development standpoint, we keep track of where we stack on lists. How do we rank quality of life? How do we rank in job productivity? So we're on a list now. We're on a list for snowfall. Now that's maybe not the list we want to be on.
This is also Montana, and the ski resorts are probably loving being
on
that list.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
One serious thing that we have to tell you about, and that's another button push for you, and that is the flood warning that's up here along the Beaver River. It's not expected to expire for a while. There's ice jams up there, which you've heard of. We have them here in Montana all the time. And it's going to probably continue, and I expect a few more of these, because you had mentioned the daytime highs in the 60s.
I know. So some of that snowpack is going to start to come off.
Right.
Those rivers will start to loosen up, and it creates some problems as we move into spring.
As we move into spring. One more button push for you out there.
Okay.
And I was telling you that Montana DOT had changed out this highway camera. This is the Homestake Pass camera over I-90, because we get some really spectacular sunrise.
It's a beautiful view, and they've gone very digital and high definition with those images now.
But I imagine in terms of economic development, you do an awful lot of driving in Montana, and you probably see this view.
I do get to see that view. In fact, I'm headed probably down to Dillon later this month for an Economic Development Association conference. We're going to be down there talking about statewide economic development. So I'll travel on these highways, and then up and back to Helena for meetings with the Department of Commerce and others.
You might not know this. How many miles do you put on your car working in economic development, do you think?
Oh, I don't know for sure.
It's got to be a record.
I know I have a lot of miles on my truck, but I usually, if I'm traveling more than 100 miles, I'll rent a car just to not do the wear and tear.
Not wear it down.
You know, not a lot, not as much as the folks who are on the road for a living, driving a truck, you know, making commerce happen. but I have my fair amount of travel.
Kind of makes you ready for the day that they do that Star Trek transport and you can beam a little bit.
Beam us up to the next meeting. That would be great.
Good job. If weather's a certain thing you could do for economic development.
Well,
if you
I
want.
don't know. If an economic development piece doesn't work out, we could do some weather.
You could do some weather.
I don't know.
Absolutely. There's temperatures earlier this morning. Steve, thanks for joining me on the weather.
Absolutely, been my pleasure to join you, and thank you, Dave, for sharing this little time with me. And I'm going to turn it back over to the professional weather person who's going to keep us all informed as we look to break that record snowfall. If we're going to get close, let's go over the top.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave.
I'll do the professional thing. Back to you, Andrea and Ken.